Sometimes a real estate transaction becomes more than just a transaction. It becomes a mission to really help somebody move forward with their life.
Being here is because I got into a divorce. I needed to find another place to stay, and I was like looking for a solution that was going to work well for me, and that's how Stratwell came into my life.
What should have been a simple, smooth transaction turned into one of the most difficult transactions I've had all year. Our buyer, Winter, was purchasing this property, and it was much more than just a property. For her, a new home, no more than that even. It was an opportunity to get a fresh start. Tell me a little bit about your journey. Like what got you started with the idea of buying a place? Okay, I need to buy a place.
So I came out of a ruthless divorce, very ruthless divorce that left me with, I think I pretty much lost, everything. I came from the Parkland area, okay, where I was living in a beautiful 4,000 square foot home, you know, and I thought I was it. That was gonna be my life, that was gonna be my everything. But then, like I said, the wind blows in a different direction for you, and now you have to start again. So this is a new start.
Just as we were getting ready to close and the buyer was starting their application process, the association made a demand of the buyer, which was that they had to put a 10% deposit in place. This is something I've never heard about before. And so I did my due diligence and I dug through the bylaws and paperwork to see if the condo association had any legal documentation to support this new request. And in fact, they didn't.
And when the HOA started acting like they never heard of us before, mind you, I've been in that complex. I've been with them since October. I've been communicating with the HOA. Yep. That's why I was like, why are you guys surprised? I've been telling you this October. I got the email, right. You know? But I like how you stepped in and everybody Stratwell just kind of like, the whole team just guards up. We're going to battle for her. We're going to help her out. And that made me feel like I had somebody on my side.
Yeah, this association request put a new set of pressure on the buyer, Miss Winter. She was going to have to now take longer and put money out of pocket she didn't have, and it was putting herself in a position where it was really creating undue pressure, both for her and for the seller who wanted to move ahead and close quickly.
Another thing that was really great about working with Stratwell was that I got to be very involved in my closing because I got to be involved in the negotiation. I'm like, no, I don't think this is right. I don't feel this.
And I'll have to say the other piece of credit we have to give is to Senator Pizzo, because Senator Pizzo, he represents Aventura, but he's been one who's been championing for condominium owners.
Correct.
And he's the only senator in Florida that owns a condo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of all the senators, he's the only one that's a condo owner. All the rest own homes.
Of course.
I decided to escalate the matter. I reached out to a senator of Florida, Mr. Pizzo. Senator Pizzo was gracious enough to take my call and listen to the concerns I expressed.
What's another thing about, I was like, oh my gosh, they have access to a senator who champions this whole entire situation with real estate and condo ownership here in Florida, which is really, really a hard thing. And so the thing is that when I saw that you were like, I'm gonna go ahead and reach out to the senator, and I was like, oh my God, they've got connections. Yes. Yes,
it's important. He quickly got to action. Within 24 hours, he had a response and intervened. And before you know it, the association dropped their demand and made it easy for Winter to go ahead and apply and move the transaction along.
Even though this closing on this condo has been probably the most interesting story, but I still don't regret my decision. I really do not regret that I bought that condo.
Both the buyer and the seller were very happy with the end result. And to me, that's what this business is all about. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for doing this. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. I'll keep you guys updated.
If you're on the fence about whether or not buying or selling is the right time to do it, and you need some encouragement and clarity on what's the right path to take, that's what a good real estate broker can do for you. And if you're not sure about who that might be, we're happy to have a conversation with you to find out if we're a good match and we can help you throughout your journey. Thank you very much for listening, and hope you enjoyed the video.